give ourselves a chance to compete against these remaining opponents, and that's what we have to do. We have to compete against them, and then we have to be able to execute, effectively against each opponent.
Jeff Bauer wrapping up his first year as the head coach of the New Orleans Hornets, his fourth as the team's GM. The Hornets back in action tonight right here on CST, hosting the Utah Jazz, a team who has flat out gave them fits over the past couple years, but lately they're not the only ones. Let's go one-on-one with the guy who knows a little bit about winning an NBA championship, Hornets guard James Posey. Here at the New Orleans Arena at shoot-around with James Posey. James, wrapping up this season, obviously it hasn't gone exactly the way you guys wrote it up, but what's it like closing out this season, finishing off with a couple more games here at the New Orleans Arena?
Well, opportunity for us to get some more wins, to finish the season on a strong, positive note. And just thank the fans for the support they've given us all season.
What stands out this year for you? And obviously, again, your second year here in New Orleans, you're coming off an NBA championship in Boston when you got here. You have a taste of the playoffs last year, but this season you won't even be at 500. What has stood out to you this year, James?
Just the game in itself. When you're healthy, a lot of things can be accomplished, and when you're not healthy, as an individual and as a team, it could be a long season for you. So it's just that grind that, some teams experience, and, if you're lucky and fortunate not to experience a lot of injury and, mishaps like that, you pretty much can have a successful season.
You guys have had some good times and lately some bad times, especially on the road. The loss to New Jersey certainly hurt. But you're playing a team tonight, the Utah Jazz, a team that always seems to give you guys fits. What is it with this Jazz team that gives you guys so many troubles?
They're very consistent. They've always had the same system for the most part, and their players do a good job of executing offensively, defensively as well. You have Darren Williams, he's playing well, Boozer, and they have a lot of young players that stepped up and it's played big for that team as well.
For you, a guy who's obviously tasted success, you know what it's like to have an NBA championship. Your personal goals the rest of this season, to close out strong, and as you said, a chance to still do some good things to get that positive mojo going into the offseason.
Like I said, we want to finish strong, health-wise, win some games, and continue to be a professional and finish the season out strong. Just don't give in to whatever it may be, that we're not going to have an extended season, but to finish strong and just be positive towards my teammates.
Good luck to you tonight against Utah. James Posey, always a pleasure.
All right, thanks.
It's the Hornets and the Jazz, live from the New Orleans Arena. Bob Licht and Gil McGregor with the call at 7. Victor Howell hosting the pregame coverage. That tips off at 6:30. Now, in each of the 8 weeks since the Super Bowl, we have had the unique opportunity to spend some quality time away from all the madness with a member of your Super Bowl champion New Orleans Saints. This past week, we made a return trip to Miami and caught up with Pro Bowl middle linebacker Jonathan Vilma at his condo by Biscayne Bay. And check out the view from his 27th floor downtown condo. Off in the distance, Key Biscayne. That's where we went next. Vilma playing former University of Miami Hurricane teammate and current Minnesota Viking Pro Bowl tackle Bryant McKinnie in an exhibition tennis match at the Sony Ericsson Open. And guess who was there coaching both players on? How about the #1 ranked women's tennis player in the world, Serena Williams? She saw Vilma rally to beat McKinnie in a shortened match, 2-1. Jonathan Vilma's play today.
I thought it was good. Jonathan did a good job. He ended up winning, which was super cool, but Brian's my friend, so I was rooting for Jonathan, so yeah.
What about having Serena Williams out here kind of watching your game a little bit?
Yeah, it was good. She coached me a little bit. It was pretty simple, as if I could just get the ball into fair play on my serves, I'd have a good chance of winning. That's what happened.
But we weren't quite finished with Jonathan Vilma. He helped us out with the regular feature you'll see each week on this program. We know the high five is so 2000 and late, so may we present something a little fresher.
Let's hold up on the high five and serve up our Richey on Sports Hypothetical 5.
Jonathan, are you ready for the hypothetical 5?
Let's do it, E.
#1, if you weren't an NFL football player, what sport professionally would Jonathan Vilma be playing?
I would be playing soccer professionally.
If you had to pick between winning the national championship at Miami or winning the Super Bowl for New Orleans, which gave you more joy?
The Super Bowl gave me more joy. I had more fun in the national championship game.
If you had to pick your best Pro Bowl season out of the two, your second year with the Jets, you led the NFL in tackles with 173, or your last Pro Bowl season, this past year, you led the Saints in tackles, you tied career highs in sacks and in interceptions. Which of those two Pro Bowl seasons do you feel Jonathan Vilma was the best?
It was definitely this past Pro Bowl. I think outside of my personal stats, what I brought to the table for the whole defense for the team, I thought I did a better job.
Number 4 of our hypothetical high five to Jonathan Vilma. If you could attend a music concert from any current or past performer, who would you like to be front row and see in concert?
Front row and see in concert, I'd like to see Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Great performer.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. I wouldn't mind seeing Michael Jackson. Would have. Number 5, if you're the commissioner of the NFL, what would be your rule for overtime?
My rule for overtime would be to keep it the way it is. Life's not fair. If you get the ball, stop them. If you don't get the ball, then go out there and score. Do what you have to do.
That's a hypothetical high five with Jonathan Vilma. Good stuff with Jonathan Vilma, and after that trip to Miami, I think we could use more than just a little break. We've got just the thing when Richey on Sports continues.